Hi, how are you? How's everyone doing today? Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. So, the energy and the vibe for Saturday. Um, the first thing I heard from Spirit when I asked that question, I heard the phrase, mind your manners. So, uh, be aware of any slightly off center or dicey situations that may call for a little finesse. Um, this is not the day to feel like you've got to fight the fight, even if you know you're right. Take a step back, take breath. Okay. Once we get through today, tomorrow is going to be easy peasy. And I saw in my head my celebration mug. So clearly, we just got to get through today. Okay. So again, I'm hearing mind your manners, mind your P's and Q's, if you're familiar with any of those old phrases. And it's, just chill, just relax, hang back, let things float past you. You don't have to splash around in the waves and get caught up in the drama. Um, Here's another good old phrase for you, because I love them. Um, Let it roll off you like water off a duck's back. Just don't let it stick, because if people say things or do things or you see situations that flare you, just remember there's something going on energetically. There's something going on with planetary alignments. I don't know. Something, if you are an astrologer or an astronomer and you understand what's going on out in the galaxies that might be causing this, comment about it. I'd love to hear about it. But all I can tell you as an energy reader is that we are looking at a day of, it's a good day to kind of relax, pull your energies back, take care of yourself, and cocoon a little bit, if at all possible. And when I asked, I stood in the kitchen and literally said, "So, Spirit, what's the mug for today?" I don't use this one very often. It was never one of my favorite ones, but for some reason, when I want it, it's perfect. And it is for today. Happy camper. And there are all these little like camping images on the other side of it. And it's kind of a weird, like earthy mushroom brown color, so, or what I would call like, that mushroom brown, if that makes sense, or dark raw clay color, it, and it made me laugh. And it made me laugh when I looked at it, because I thought, yeah, if there's a way you can kind of pull away from society for just 24 hours or less, this would be the one. So that's your vibe, okay? Um, uh, don't take things too seriously. It will pass. It's just a big flare up and then it's gone. So don't take it seriously, whatever is going on. And if you can pull your energy back and just hang out and chill and do things that make you feel good, uh, I think Sunday, what is the date? The 8th on Sunday? I think that's when we'll find things become, yeah, I think it's the 8th. Well, anyway, that's when all of a sudden it's going to shift and break a little bit, and then we're going to get into the good parts of September, okay? Hmm. If I've got the date wrong, don't worry about the date. Just it's the day. Okay. So just get through today. Oh, the deck I'm using. So let's just get straight into some messages. What do you say? So this is the Weissful Wild Reflections Tarot. And this one, I never know what I'm going to get. It is just a jumble of symbols and signs and backgrounds and creation stories, and there's a little bit of everything all mishmashed into one in this. So someone must have had a lot of fun making it. I'm sorry, my nose is a little drippy today. Ugh. But yeah, I feel like even though it's hot outside because the weather warmed up again, so it's still summer technically. in this area, in this part of the world, and it is really warm outside again, but I swear my joints and my limbs have been achy and hurting yesterday and today, like there's the shift in the weather coming. You know, when there's getting ready to be a hard rain or a big barometric pressure shift or something like that. Whoa, my joints have been achy and my limbs just tired. And yeah, so it's been a little weird here. If it's the same feeling I get right before either a really heavy rain, a really big drop in temperature, or a snowstorm. Well, you know, it's still technically summer. We're not getting any snowstorms. All right, now, creator of all that is, come into this space. Guardians, guides, ascended masters, archangels, of course, protectorate, all that is right and holy, come into this space in this reading. Help me to know, what is the message for the collective? What is the predominant message for the collective? What is the message that you want to express at this time? Okie dokie. Let me get that off the floor. Da, da, da. All right, and the first one, oh, these are so pretty. They're very vibrant. I just love the colors in these. Okay, I'll show you what they are. I'm going to see if there's anything else. But this kind of confirms the message. This one's sticking out sideways. Okay, we'll take you. Okay, really quickly, this says Queen of Swords. Swear to you, I thought I saw Queen of Secrets. Anyway, we'll see where that's going. So, what does the collective need to know? Put those down. All right, two more. And two more. So these have come out like 2, 1, and 2. Okay. Oh. All right. Now, let's get these in order. Oh. Well, I was wrong. It's not 2, 1, and 2. It's actually 2, 2, and 2, because there was one underneath. All right. Let me put on my glasses here. All right, so what have we got here? What have we got? All right, the first two that I really liked, Strength. We need to look at that again. That is just a beautiful card. I really enjoy that. It feels like a mirror image, human and animal, but still, they are mirroring each other for whatever reason. All right, so we've got Strength, 9 of Pentacles, with these lovely sunflowers, psychic awareness, psychic knowing. I'm hearing calling out the truth and calling out the truth by psychic means. And then we have the Queen of Swords. And when I saw that earlier, immediately what I saw was the word secrets instead of swords. And so secret esoteric knowledge, and she is drumming her thoughts and calling in the ancestors. So she's sending her thought waves out into being, and she's calling in the ancestors. So that's what it feels like. She is connecting with the drum beat, which is the heartbeat of the earth. And the earth is, there's a connection to the ancestors there. Strength. Bringing into fruition what you know through your psychic senses, calling in the ancestors, and connecting with the earth. This is all going into that esoteric realm. Yeah. 8 of Wands. And instead of them shooting through the air or whatever else, you know, like fast movement. Now, the waterfall is fast movement. But be careful not to be overwhelmed by your emotions. And that is forming a pyramid, these wands, at the base of this waterfall. Information is going to come in fast. Information is going to come in very quickly, and it is going to, I feel like it's going to be good, though. It's going to be information that you've been waiting for. You're just going to either you're going to know it, someone's going to say it, or you're going to speak it into being. Okay? I know that might sound odd, but that's what I get. Information, not just anything is coming in quickly, but information is coming in quickly. Be careful not to knee-jerk act on it until you have time to evaluate and really sit with it. Then we have the Page of Swords. So this newness is brewing. Be careful of your words. Don't shoot your mouth off. It's going to take you a minute to adjust to this new reality or sense of reality that's coming in. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. And that is a wonderful card. Hearth, home, joy, family, creating stability, or not creating, but having stability. All of this is going to kind of come together, but I feel like it's not going to be one of those, it's not going to be one of those, you gaze into each other's eyes and all of a sudden, no, it's going to be almost like, it's kind of funny. It reminds me of the movie that Lucille Ball was in with the big metal trailer. It's really old at this point, and many of you may not even know it exists, but it's really funny. It kind of reminds me of a scene that would come out of that. It's like everything is going to change and everything is good news, but the way it comes out, it's sort of like, it's as though someone said, well, I really like those shoes. Those look great on you. My God. And you think they're yelling at you. Anyone else would think they're yelling at you, but they're not. They're just so full of emotion and they don't know how to contain it. And it's coming out all inappropriately. So I think there's a little bit of insecurity mixed in with whatever's going on. And it's okay. Understand that that's where it's coming from. It's okay. Yeah. Just sit back, let somebody do, be, or say whatever they need to get it out, and then they will take a breath and admit, well, I was really scared. I was really scared. And that's where your strength, your psychic knowing, and your, hello card, come up, and your patience, consistency, that consistent beat. You are the heartbeat of the earth, and your ancestors are coming to help you. Yeah, big emotion rushing at you. It's okay. You don't have to be on guard. It's stability and a wonderful, loving energy. We got a lot of wands and swords and pentacles. We got a lot of everything here, even the major arcana we're starting with. But then we have the Seven of Wands. So then, even though we're looking at these backwards, you go from sitting in this pyramid of power with these watery emotions, trying to figure out what's going on. And then you're like, okay, let's build a bridge. We got to learn how to communicate. Let's build a bridge. Okay, for some of you, it's going to be learning how to use words with kindness rather than sometimes sounding edgy because you're nervous or scared. I've done that plenty of times. And I am fully willing to apologize. I was at an office the other day and I just got frustrated with something and I think I was a little snappy and I'm like, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to be snappy. I'm so sorry if I came across that way. It's okay to do that, you know? And because I really didn't intend to, but I think I said things faster or with more intensity than I meant. And so it's like, I'm so sorry. Just, and just laugh about something. Okay. It breaks the tension. But this information you're about to get, it is going to build a bridge. Oh, and I'm hearing that song, oh, by the Judds. Oh, they've had such a hard road, but wow, they're so talented. All of them. The two sisters and the mom. I don't know about anybody else in that family. Nobody knows anyone else in that family. But love can build a bridge. That is a beautiful song. Or love will build a bridge. No, can. I think it's, yeah, love can build a bridge. That's the song I'm hearing with this. Follow your heart. Don't worry about what you look like or what you sound like. Just think about what you feel like. Try to communicate from that place. Okay, then we've got the Eight of Swords. Dun, dun, dun. All right, this is someone who really is swimming in that sea or that pool or that pond of emotions, and they are trapped in in his or her own head. Okay, so this is, again, you don't have to come from a place of fear. There's this sense of feeling entirely open, whether it's you or someone you're dealing with. It could be stepping into a new business and you're like, this is so overwhelming. I don't know what to do with this business. I don't know, what am I doing? A little bit of imposter syndrome. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And it's okay to admit when you need help or you're not sure about something. Okay. I know there are a lot of people in the workforce who want to sabotage you, and that's any workforce, FYI, they might mistake kindness for weakness or a question for weakness when actually you're just trying to make sure you know what you need to know to do your best job. Time will take care of that. Time will allow people to see what you really know and what you can really do. But that's going to be for some of you. That's the business aspect of this reading. The personal aspect of this reading is that if it's you or someone you're dealing with, they are so caught up in their own head, about his or her own head, about fear. But if they just remember, so I think the last half of this is whomever you're dealing with this. The first part of this is you guys in the collective. You're strong, you're very in tune and aware. You've been doing the work on yourself. You're a happy camper. You know what you're doing. You're calling on your support, your spirit support. And for some reason, there's ancestors. Now, I got to tell you, they were good and not so good in my family, okay? And even the good might have been a little apathetic at times. But what I can tell you is that there are people in your lineage, no matter how far back you have to go, who did serve well, who were good people, who tried. If you were raised by people who were conflicted, confused, had issues, had problems, hello. Yeah, I'm with you there. But I look back and I made sure when I was a kid to ask stories. And some of the stories I heard, I thought, so this dysfunction is recent. This wasn't always there. Lean into, and even if you don't know the stories, lean into the knowledge that not everybody in your genetic history this lifetime had problems. There were some who were wonderful, strong people, and you might be a carbon copy of that person. So lean into those ancestors. I knew someone who used to have a phrase when she would call on her ancestors, and she came from kind of a dicey home too, and she would always say the ancestors who served well. So that's what you want to do. Actually, she's on that list of resources. She does a chakra graph thing. Okay, we haven't talked in a long time, but so yeah, that was always a good phrase. I appreciated that phrase. So I'm passing it on to you. All right. I just set the intention that I know it in my head, so I don't have to say that every time, but it's good to say and put up front until you get those parameters set. Now, the rest of it, especially these bottom three, well, and I kind of pulled this one out of alignment or out of the order here, but this one is important. This is you. This is still you. Actually, this is a combination. I'm sorry, I got confused. This isn't just one or the other. This is both of you. So the message is get out of your head. Help your person to get out. Don't help your person to get out of their head. Just let them do what they need to do. But you will get information in quickly. It will be emotional. It will either make you feel like it's going to, in the work situation, at first it might ding your sense of self-worth, but then you're going to realize, and even if it's about a personal issue with a family or relationship, it's about them. If they come in too strong or too strongly, words really can hurt and wound. Be aware of that. Just sit with the information and realize you don't have to respond right away. And odds are, if you don't, the co-workers, the boss, or the love interest or family member will realize, oh, I may have come across in a way I shouldn't have. And then you learn how to communicate. And then you both communicate clearly. Not from anger, not from ramped up emotions, and you build that bridge. If you haven't ever heard it, you can find it on YouTube. The original video is kind of silly, but it's the Judds. It's the mom was Naomi, and one of the daughters. Why can't I remember her first name? There were two sisters. One became an actress, and the other one was also incredible voice. Well, anyway, Love Can Build a Bridge, the Judds, Judd. Look it up. I think that is going to be the theme song for Saturday. Woohoo, Saturday! All right. All right. So pull back. Don't rush to judge. Just be in your own private little campsite, even if it's in your living room on your couch. That's going to be my campsite. And maybe put on a picture of a crackling fire from YouTube. I love those things. Those ASMR generated. It looks like a campsite. Yeah. So I know that's a very fall thing to do, but man, I'm aching like it's fall. So we've still got some summer left, and I plan to embrace it. But yeah, okay. And find the humor in things. That's what, more than anything. Holy moly, we got to find the humor in things. And this is going to be the last day that we are having for this. I mean, not ever, but for this cycle that we are transitioning. We are transitioning to a different thought pattern. Okay. Okay. Now, let's do one more card. Magical messages from the fairies. All right. This is an old deck. All right. Need to do that again. I haven't used these in a long time. It's an oracle deck. There's not a ton of them. They shuffle very well. I think you can still find them. Let's see. One more time. Well, you all went flying out with this one on top. You want me? All right. Well, I'll put your face down since I don't know what it is. All right. Now, what is the message? Oh, calling in the elementals, calling in the fairies. Elementals and fairies, what is the message for the collective today? What is the message for the collective today for this peaceful, loving, but humorous energy that we need to keep around us? Woohoo! All right. That went flying as soon as I said that, and there are two here. Well, I'll be darned. Well, I was just talking about autumn. Okay. It does. It feels like, I know, it's hot outside, but it feels like autumn. Okay. In the fall season, it sounds like the beginning of a fairy tale or something. In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. Now, fall sounds like it's really far away, and that's in this hemisphere. Just reverse it. Okay, if you live in I'm in the northern hemisphere. If you live in the southern hemisphere, just reverse it. That's weird. I just felt something pass. That's weird. Okay. Well, it's not weird. What's weird about anything we do here? No. All right. So, but for in this hemisphere, the season change really is not that far away. We're talking about 3 weeks. So it is entirely possible that, and I do feel like it's going to be early this year. I feel like we're going to have an early fall this year or an early autumn. So, yeah. So autumn is going to be important, and that's going to be coming into fruition. All right, also came out spiritual teacher. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. So if you are beginning a journey into spirituality, or you're thinking about teaching, or you're thinking, and I know someone who is doing just that. And she's starting by taking donations and then asking for payment later once she's a little more, she has a little bit more, she's already a practitioner and a seasoned practitioner, but with other areas that she wants to embark in. So that's always a smart way to do it too. But this could also be just you for yourself, that kind of cocooning, going within. I talked about doing the work on yourself. This is part of it. Oh, for some of you, it is time to find a group of like-minded people and sit in a development group, either a meditation group, development group, a singing bowl group. You can even go on meetup.com, meetup.com. Meetup.com for meditation groups, hiking groups. A hiking group would be good. Anything of interest. Okay. Now, I know some groups charge, so that can be difficult, but a lot of them are free, especially if you join some of these hiking groups or meditation groups. A lot of those are free very often, or start your own. If you want to have it free and you want like-minded people and you want people to show up and come around and you're not sure how to start it, well, one, start for free or keep it free. And then it's kind of your call. If you feel like someone's bringing bad energy in, just say, I don't think this is a good fit for us, and wish them well on their way. But, give people a chance. But yeah. And if you don't want to hold it in your space because you don't want a whole bunch of other energies in your space, this is for someone. This is really important. This is big. Then, meet outdoors or meet in a public space where, if you're not making money, you could go to, if it's not a money-making venture, then you could go to the public library, for crying out loud. Anything that you need to do, you can do. All right. So, but I do feel like that's important. So this card in particular, the spiritual teacher, that is, and if you have to create your own group and you don't want to lead every time, you can, once you get a group together, just say, or start a book club where you read books that are about spiritual practices or spirituality. And that gives you a focus. And there are lots of questions online for book clubs and all that kind of thing that you can present. But yeah, so if you can't find one, create one, and then ask people to come in with a thought suggestion for each meeting. And if they don't, well, then just listen to a guided meditation together and then talk afterwards. Or see about questions and then start digging around and see if you can find the answers for each other and come back the next week. Or just use it as a time to practice your own card reading or energy reading or whatever it is you want to do. But be open-minded and suggest others also be open-minded. That's the purpose of a development group. So that's important. Oh, I love this. The one that I was guided to pick up and but not look at yet because it was still face down, but it kind of went sliding across my table here. Check this out. Your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. How fantastic is that? Well, I need to use these cards more often. I think I will. All right, everybody. It doesn't get any better than that. Let's end on that one. Your wish is granted. Da-da-da. Man, I need to start lifting my weights again. I'm getting grandma arms. Yeah, that's all right. Grandma was a happening woman. So, okay. Have a good weekend. Do something kind for yourself. Have a fun fake camp out on your couch. And make sure you eat nourishing, good food. That's important. Okay? Something nourishing. And speaking of ancestors, anytime I would go into like journey or meditation, I always have this very, very long ago ancestor. And she's consistently always comes in for me. And I mean, like, very far past. And she always takes me in and she always gives me this bowl of like stew, and she licks my third eye, which is weird. But I'm sorry, that's not weird. And then she always, and if I'm not feeling well, I go there a lot when I'm not feeling well, and she covers me up and she just comforts, and it's a wonderful experience. So and I've heard people say, never eat anything you're giving it a journey or dream. And I'm like, well, I guess that depends on the individual and who it is. I trust this person. I trust the spirit. So, but I always have a great deal of healing and comfort from that. So sometimes you got to go back many, many, many generations to find that, but you will. So just know that they're there, and today I'm going to make a nourishing, comforting meal, much like that. So be well, take care, and I guess we're good. All right, have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday. Bye, everybody. I love you.